Dexter villains are kind of the biggest fodders in TV history, and I'm not even gonna lie, like yeah, they're cool for the show and some are pretty iconic, but when you actually put them up against killers from other universes, they just get swept so easily. So that got me thinking, what would actually happen if one of these killers from Dexter tried to pull up on me, or honestly pull up on any one of you watching this video right now? Like if you randomly ran into one of them in real life, would you survive or would you get cooked instantly? And that's why in today's video, we're gonna find out if I, MCC, or you, the viewers, could defeat any of these Dexter serial killers if they try to come at you in real life. So we're gonna go from season 1 all the way to season 8. And obviously season 1 we have the ice truck killer. Now the ice truck killer would, in my opinion, be the hardest Dexter villain to survive in real life. And I'm not even exaggerating when I say that, because if you really think about it, Brian Moser is basically Dexter 2.0. You're not just dealing with some random dude, you're dealing with someone who's just as good as Dexter, if not better at killing people than Dexter. And on all of our souls, yes, your soul too, nobody here is surviving Dexter. So it's like, can we actually survive Brian if we can't survive Dexter at all? Because they're basically the same people. Now yeah, in the show, Brian typically goes after prostitutes, but let's be real, that does not mean he only kills prostitutes. Like that's just who he targets most of the time, because Brian is one of those killers who doesn't just really need a reason at all. Like he would just kill for the simple fact that he enjoys it. I mean, I'm pretty sure in the show he said he kills anyone because he's totally free and he just does whatever. So yeah. So I mean, like if he saw a handsome guy like me just walking down the street, he might think, kinda wanna kill that guy. Like he'd probably think I'm too pretty and he would try to wanna humble me or something. But nah, for real though, if Brian ever comes after me, the only logical thing I can really do is just run, because I'm not fighting this man. This dude is a high tier serial killer. Like I don't really know. I can't even throw hands with him either. He literally beat Dexter hand-to-hand combat. So I mean, yeah, I mean, like I'm not surviving Brian Moser whatsoever. Season 2 we have Lila West, aka Mommy. The main villain of season 2, of course. I mean, bro, where do I even start with this woman? Because Lila isn't really that much of a physical challenge. Like, let's be honest here. Yeah, she's crazy as hell, and she literally is the type of person to smile in your face, then turn around and almost burn your kids alive. And I'm not even just saying that, she almost did burn Dexter's kids alive. So I mean, like, but if we're talking straight up survival, like would I survive Lila West? Yeah, I definitely could. Yeah, she's dangerous, but not in the way real serial killers are. But here's the problem. Lila's real weapon is not her hands, it's her mouth. It's the way she gets inside her head and makes you feel like you're the only person in the world to understands her. Like she's not dumb enough to throw hands with you. She'll just ruin your entire life and have you apologizing to her after. Now I 100% would let her manipulate me, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not just gonna sit here and act tough. It's like if she got the best of Dexter, who am I to talk? Let's be real. But yeah, she is not killing me 100%. I am surviving Lila West. Season 3, Miguel Prado. Now, a lot of people actually underestimate Miguel Prado. And also, people often say that this is one of the worst villains and the most boring season out of all 8, which is kind of crazy because this is Jimmy Smits, one of the best actors of all time. And I'm not even just over exaggerating. Like, he's been in countless amounts of insane TV shows and movies, like Star Wars, by the way. Now, Miguel Prado is not a true killer. He only becomes one when he found out his brother was killed, and he wants revenge in a way that, you know, the law can't provide. Like, let's think about that real quick. This guy is an assistant district attorney who understands the law completely, then met Dexter, and then became the first person who ever killed beside him. So obviously he's not as skilled as Dexter in regards to killing, but he has enough experience to get the basics down. And on top of that, this man has some serious anger issues. And if you try to with him, you'll
fuck you back in ways you never even imagined.
Like, remember when Dexter crossed him? Yeah, Miguel then sent the tree skinner on him, who almost killed Dexter. Like, Dexter was literally on the tree skinner's table. He almost got Dexter killed. Like, dude, what am I even supposed to do when this guy wants me dead? Like, he has all the connections in the world. If he can't kill me, then he'll maybe just try to set me up and throw me in jail. Or if he can't throw me in jail, maybe he'll just try to make a promise to ruin my life. I don't know about you, but if I had to deal with all that bullcrap on a day-to-day basis, I kind of wish I was dead, because he's not someone who'd simply kill you. Like, if you die, you're dead, and obviously you can't feel anything. But if someone is actively trying to ruin your life, that's an everyday battle for the rest of your life. So I'm not gonna lie, dude, there's really no win condition against Miguel Prado anyways. If you survive him, then you get a freaking life of misery. So season 4, the Trinity Killer. In my opinion, the Trinity Killer is one of the most overrated villains in Dexter. Now, obviously, John Lithgow gave an amazing performance. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying he's overrated in terms of a character, the Trinity Killer itself. And I'd say the only good trait about him is that he's just intelligent. That's it. The Trinity Killer is really only good in smart character debate. And who is stronger? The Trinity Killer sucks. Sure, he's been evading the police for decades and has a very good kill ritual to get his victims, but all his victims were literal victims. Like, the first person he goes after in his ritual is a literal 10-year-old child. Secondly, then he goes after a young woman. Third, a mother, and lastly, a father. Like, dude, like, he literally never ever gone up against other serial killers to prove that he's somewhat of a threat. Like, the only time he did, which was Dexter, he never had a clue in the world that he was being played until the last minute. Like, Dexter could have killed him whenever he decided, but he wanted to learn from him. So bro, the Trinity Killer sucks. And he's also an old man, so in hand-to-hand combat, I would kind of feel horrible for beating his ass. I mean, yeah, he's tall, but he's only like 3 more inches taller than me, so really, is it that much of a difference? Now, I mean, could he still kill me? Maybe if he got the drop on me at the wrong time, because at the end of the day, he still is a serial killer. He could probably definitely do that, but I just don't think he's getting me, bro. So yeah, I'm surviving the Trinity Killer. Season 5, Jordan Chase. Now, Jordan Chase is basically the Diddy of the Dexter universe, and if you know, you know. And honestly, this one's kind of hard for me to survive because it's not even just Jordan Chase. Like, it's the fact that you got to get through his whole squad first. Like, you're telling me that I don't just have one villain on my hand. I've got a whole little 4-man operation where everybody plays a role, because what makes Jordan Chase dangerous is that he's not a hands-on killer like some of the other villains. He's more of like a mastermind. Like, Buddy's damn near pushing hacker tier, like almost god tier. If he got more famous and he got even more money than he already did, he would kind of probably hit the Jeffrey Epstein tier. So let's say hypothetically I run into Boyd Fowler first, the dude who actually does the dirty work in the operation, because let's not lie, Boyd did like 80% of the heavy lifting in that group, and if I beat Boyd Fowler's ass, I have a pretty good feeling about beating my chances, because the other members, they're kind of bums. I mean, like, they don't really do anything. They're just a part of the operation and did the you know what acts, so they're kind of just bums. They really wouldn't even do anything to me. The only real threat that I would see in this situation is Jordan then sending his bodyguard after me. You guys remember the bodyguard? So I mean, like, I don't really think I'm surviving a bodyguard that's coming after me. And also, Jordan Chase has a lot, and I mean a lot of money, so maybe you could just hire a hitman if the bodyguard doesn't work, because why not? I mean, if you have a lot of money, why not just hire a hitman? Season 6, Travis Marshall. Now, oh my good God, brother. This has to be one of the most unintimidating villains in the Dexter universe, and I'm not even trying to be disrespectful, but we're talking about some frail, skinny, middle-aged man who kills in the name of God. The dude is basically just a delusional dumbass. Like, he's just weird, and the only reason he ever gets away with anything is because people don't expect him to actually crash out the way he does, and this is so spot on. He's basically the "Hi, I'm normal" segment from SpongeBob.
I took your advice. From now on, I'm normal.
Like, dude, he is so afraid of confrontation. The best example of this is the fact that this is the same guy who held a knife to Dexter's son just to avoid actually going hand-to-hand with Dexter. Like, come on, bro. Talk about the biggest cop-out of the century. Like, that alone tells you everything you need to know. Travis is not built for real combat. He's just built for sneaking around and catching people off guard and doing his rituals. Like, I mean, sure, I'll give him this. Travis does have some of the most gruesome kills in the TV show, which I guess is a flex. I don't really know. Having your kills be the most gruesome doesn't really mean anything. It really doesn't. It just means that you're more artistic and showing off your display of killings. It really doesn't do anything, I swear. But I'm sorry, bro. I am 100% beating Travis Marshall, and I'm surviving. There's no way he's touching me, brother. Season 7, we have Isaak Sirko. Now, Isaak Sirko is probably the only killer on this list where you're legitimately guaranteed to die, except Brian Moser, but you somehow still have a little bit of a chance to survive Brian Moser. Isaak Sirko, 10 times out of 10 in real life, you are going to die, because how do you even kill a mobster and then get away with it in the first place? But as I was saying, he's literally the John Wick of the Dexter universe. Like, have you ever seen the bar scene fight? Like, Buddy literally walked in there and started spraying down all his ops with pure ease, and on top of that, Isaak Sirko was caught off guard and he still won. And it was like, what, a 1v5, 1v3? I don't know, but he was outnumbered for sure. And even if I had a gun, how do you beat someone with reaction time like that? that. Like, honestly, Isaak Sirko probably would have been a menace back in the old Western days too. Like, he could have been the greatest duelist of all time. And the scariest part about Isaak is he's not really these other Dexter villains who only win because they pick on weak victims. Sirko is actually the literally opposite. He lives for a fight. I mean, he goes toe to toe with Dexter, and bro, he's literally in the mob. He goes after other mobsters. So yeah, bro, Isaak Sirko, just, there's really no questions asked, we all lose. Yeah, you too, buddy. In season 8, we have Oliver Saxon. Now, Oliver Saxon might be the most underrated killer in Dexter, because even though season 8 is pretty bad, because think about it, when people always talk about the best villain in Dexter, they always talk about Trinity, but nobody gives Saxon the credit he deserves. Like, Oliver Saxon is one of the few killers in the show who feels like he genuinely will kill anyone. Has killed his mother, and he's killed his father, and he's killed his girlfriend. So, yeah, Oliver Saxon genuinely will kill anybody. You might have to say, well, how does that have anything to do with you surviving him? Well, brother, if you're going against a guy that literally will kill anybody, even his family, if he wants to kill you, I don't think he's ever genuinely gonna stop. That's the worst part about it. And then we gotta talk about the fact that he basically killed the one person Dexter cared about more than anyone in the entire universe. Like, yeah, technically Oliver Saxon didn't pull the plug to kill Deborah. Dexter did. Come on, Oliver Saxon is still the reason she even ended up in the hospital bed in the first place. So when people act like he's just some random ass season 8 villain, I'm like, nah, that's kind of disrespectful, because this dude left damage that never got undone. So yeah, I do not think I will survive Oliver Saxon. Let me know who you guys will survive in the comments down below.